Alright. Continuing on here. I should be able just to hit resume. We should be good. I believe this is mission 8.
Look out!
Ah! Oh, Lord.
Look out!
That was so bad.
Let the monitor activate Halo. We have to stop him. We have to destroy Halo. According to my analysis of the available data, I believe the best course of action is somewhat risky. An explosion of sufficient size will help destabilize the ring, and will cut through a number of primary systems. We need to trigger a detonation on a large scale, however. A starship's fusion reactors going critical would do the job. I'm going to search what's left of the Covenant BattleNet and see if I can locate the Pillar of Autumn's crash site. If the ship's fusion reactors are still relatively intact, we can use them to destroy Halo.
I guess I'm going back the way I came, I guess.
Located the crash site yet, but we need to buy some time in case the Monitor or his Sentinels find a way to activate Halo's final weapon without the index. The machinery in these canyons are Halo's primary firing mechanisms. They consist of 3 phase pulse generators that amplify Halo's signal and allow it to fire deep into space. The power levels are enormous. I can't even begin to calculate the pulse's range. So, if we damage or destroy these generators, the Monitor will need to repair them before Halo can be used. That should buy us some time. I'm marking the location of the nearest...
Yeah, I really didn't hear anything she said. When you're in the middle of a firefight, it's hard to understand what she's saying. Okay. Doesn't really seem necessary to battle these enemies, so I'm just gonna head to my...
Commandeer one of those Banshees. We'll need it to reach the pulse generator in time.
Oh, goodness.
The machinery in these canyons are Halo's primary firing mechanisms. They consist of 3 phase pulse generators that amplify Halo's signal and allow it to fire deep into space. The power levels are enormous. I can't even begin to calculate the pulse's range. So, if we damage or destroy these generators, the monitor will need to repair them before Halo can be used. That should buy us some time. I'm marking the location of the nearest pulse generator with a nav point. We need to move in and neutralize the device.
I mean, I'm sliding down the hill, I get it, but...
Wait, we should commandeer one of those banshees. We'll need it to reach the pulse generator in time.
Just trying to look for some health, but...
Good. Let's get moving. The nav point marks our target.
Oh, dear Lord. You know, there's just some things about this game that just has not held up. Some things have. Don't get me wrong, some things have, but...
That's the pulse generator. The center core is the signal amplifier. That's what we need to shut down. We need to interrupt the pulse generator's energy stream. I've adjusted your shield system so that it will deliver an EMP burst to disrupt the generator, but you'll need to walk into the beam to trigger it. Objective accomplished. The pulse generator has overloaded. Scanning. The generator's central core is offline. Well done.
and I didn't hear because I was in battle. So now I don't know what... Gosh dang it. What was the mission? Find and enter lower entrance to Canyon B.
The second pulse generator is located in the adjacent canyon. Move out and I'll mark the target with a nav point when we get closer. Head through that door. That's the way to the next canyon.
I have one bullet left. Now I feel like that's the way I came in at. It's backtracking through the same levels. It's just like, you know, 25 years ago you could get away with that, and it's just you can't anymore. You know, now level design is so important. You know, you can have an open world and things like that where you can revisit areas, but it feels like the last 4 or 5 missions have just been go down this narrow hallway and go down this other narrow identical hallway. This one actually literally has me backtracking through what I've already done. It just doesn't hold up in that regard, unfortunately. Like, the level design really, and here's the thing, thank goodness they remastered it, because, you know, viewing this over and over is just, yeah, it just doesn't make for a fun experience in 2025, at least in my eyes. But, you know, we have to be openly critical about this, so. This is also my first time ever playing this game single player, so I mean, you know, the memories I have, you have a buddy next to you, you guys are laughing, chit-chatting, you know, eating goldfish, the snack that smiles back, like, it's a good time, and it's a little different here because you know, you're just single, you're just sitting here alone with your thoughts and moving to and fro, and it's different.
Okay, let's take care of the next pulse generator.
Dear Lord. Come on. Wow. Yeah, that's just... The vehicle controls definitely leave something to be desired. I mean, it's okay, easy to choose where you want to go, but as far as how the vehicle reacts, I mean, there's such a delay. I'm just gonna ignore all those guys. Getting a little bit better, getting a feel for it. Okay, so here's where we need to be. I don't even know why I'm wasting my time.
more to go.
Wow. Yeah, I gotta be honest with you guys. My heart's not in it. It's the same levels. It's the same combat. I'm finding myself thinking about what I'm gonna have for dinner tonight. You know, I'm not in the game, and that's a shame. I get it. It's a 25-year-old game, or a 23-year-old game, whatever. But it's just, I feel like I've already played this level.
That did it. Full generator overloaded. One more to go. I located the Pillar of Autumn. She put down 1,200 kilometers upspin. Energy readings show her fusion reactors are still powered up. The systems on the Pillar of Autumn have fail-safes even I can't override without authorization from the captain. We'll need to find him, or his neural implants, to start the fusion core detonation. One target remaining. Let's take care of the final pulse generator.
Okay, are you going to tell me where it's at, or? Oh, okay, there we go.
That tunnel leads to the next section of canyon. The final pulse generator we need to destroy
Are you
is through
going to
there.
have time for lunch before you go to
Possibly.
our playdate has done. So now I'm in the in-between stage of making lunch and stuff before nap time comes.
Okay. Then, I mean, yeah, I don't leave for another hour, so.
Okay, you know, if you wanted to make one of those.
Or maybe when I'm done with this, yeah.
How long is this going to take?
10 minutes, 15 minutes. Sorry about that, everyone. Like I said in a previous video, I do have a family, so sometimes they come in and ask me questions, and it is what it is, but... Okay, again, just backtracking. You gotta be kidding me, man. I feel like I need that vehicle. Oh, but I can't have that vehicle because it won't let me through. I've never wanted a mission to be more over than my life. Unfortunately, not to beat a dead horse, but I have lost the urge to play. I'm not having fun anymore. Which, is something I really emphasize on this channel, fun factor. A lot of video games nowadays, this is not one of them because, it's more of a new game thing, but some games don't want to be games. They want to be life simulators or, walking simulators or, whatever, right? And I mean, look, I'm all for different art forms. I'm all for different ways of doing it. I've played many walking simulators that I've enjoyed, but my point is that there still has to be a fun factor. You have to have fun playing the game. It has to be really enjoyable. It has to, and that's why I play a lot of RPGs. I know this is called turn-based heaven, and here I am playing a shooter, so my opinion's not, the best in that regard, but this is why I do enjoy, RPGs so much, is because the story gets good, it gets juicy, you build, you level, you see all these different worlds, and by the end, I mean, I'm fiending. I'm like, how's it end? I gotta know, this. I'm like, my goodness, I'm like, it's the same level. Can we just bang, shoot, bang, walk, shoot, bang? It's like, come on, we gotta get through this. But I also keep in mind, to give Halo some credit, I do put expectations on this game that are high because it is one of the best-selling video game series of all time. If this was just a random shooter that came out in 2001, it'd be like, okay, well, whatever, it's a shooter, it gets the job done. But when you're talking about the legacy that Halo has created, well, yeah, of course I have high expectations. I expect this to be one of the, not just the best shooters I've ever played, but one of the best games I've ever played. And unfortunately, back in the day, I think that this game had a little bit more of an impact than it does now. But hey, there's still a lot of games in the Halo series we got to get through. So who knows? They might have made vast improvements. Just gonna spray grenades and hope for the best. Oh, Jesus, Lord, help me. That's... Oh, my goodness. And, like, now it puts you back, and now, there's no sprint button, so you're just casually walking across the snow as slow as you can. No Oh, gosh, dang it. What even happened there? Unfortunately, I have a time crunch, and I am very sorry to do this to you all, but I just have no desire to finish this mission. I am having the least amount of fun possible. Having to go through and do that again, I'm out, guys. I'm sorry. And some of you will understand this one day, some of you might already, but when you become an adult and you have limited time, you really want your time to be utilized well, if that makes sense. You want to have fun. You want to, everything needs to be really, if you're not having fun, you just quit a game. Used to, I would never quit a game. When I was younger, I'd play it through, no matter how much little fun I was having. As an adult, I've become a filthy casual. If I'm not having fun, or if I'm just like, this isn't what it used to be, I'll just move on. There's too many games in my backlog. So I'm out. So anyway, we tried that mission. It was terrible. It was backtracking. It was boring. It was at times overly difficult, even though it didn't need to be. I'm very disappointed. The last few missions have been dookie, and there's just no way to get around that. So anyway, all right. Well, I'll see you guys for the next one. Hopefully, it will be a little better.